telling you for a couple of weeks now. Everybody's got a price. She had her price, and you got your price. Everybody's got a price for me, the $1 Million Man.
Greetings and welcome back to my channel for another video. Prayerfully, and I'm really nervous saying that word, prayerfully, everyone is enjoying this Thursday, this Throwback Thursday. And I'm just going to get right into it. So without further delay, the outspoken, the outlandish, the how shall I say, eccentric, self-proclaimed apostle David E. Taylor looks like his deeds, his dirty deeds, have come to light. What am I talking about? Well, let's get right into it. David E. Taylor has been known in the church circuit for a while for being an eccentric individual, but there have been allegations of fraudulent activity. And unfortunately, with many ministries and these televangelists on down the line, many of them seem to get caught up when it comes to funds and how they spend donations and tithes and offerings. But this case right here, this one, well, I'm not going to say takes the cake, but this is horrible. So let's look at just the header of a scathing 10-count indictment. I'm only going to present to you the first 3 because they seem to me, it's just my opinion, to be the most egregious and severe. Again, greetings and welcome, and always I implore you to conduct your own thorough, independent, and meticulous research. David E. Taylor and Michelle Brannon, they're the defendants, are being sued by the United States of America for what? Conspiracy to commit forced labor. Now, to me, this is just me, when you hear the words conspiracy, forced, indictment, money laundering, and it's attached to a church or a place of worship, it shouldn't fit. However, we have seen, many of us have seen, read, and know of stories where these dirty deeds actually occur. And Apostle David E. Taylor, self-proclaimed Apostle David E. Taylor, is no different than some of the other frauds that have surfaced. According to reports, and again, well, let's just look at the first: conspiracy to commit forced labor. That's absolutely unreal. And they give a statute underneath of forced labor, and then money laundering conspiracy. And this indictment was returned by the grand jury on August 27th, 2025. August has been quite a busy month, so let's look into a little bit of this breaking news, this unsettling matter, because unfortunately, I have seen and heard many people shy away from wanting to attend church services either in person or online because of situations such as these. So let's look into these accusations: forced labor and money laundering. The allegations, according to reports, Taylor, David E. Taylor, reportedly operated call centers. I can only imagine what the scripts were, but let me stay on topic. In Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri to solicit donations, donations, gifts. Sorry, I had a Omar Johnson moment. For the KOGGC/JMMI, and those are the ministries connected to them. And according to the Department of Justice and the DOJ is the little acronym you see right there, states that they have received millions, as the $1 million man said at the top of the broadcast, every year through the call centers. Ladies and gentlemen, if these allegations are true, I'm going to put up a graph in a moment. That is diabolical, truly diabolical. And for those of you Christians out there, or those of you that are familiar with the ongoings of the church world, if you have it, or the world of worship, this is Vicky Yohe. Vicky Yohe was once in a relationship with self-proclaimed Apostle David E. Taylor. He also claims that Jesus is his best friend. Well, a lot of people may feel the same way, but let's get back to the story. The indictment. No, this indictment, again, you can find this online, it's public record, charges them with conspiracy. That's going to be rough if they are found guilty. And I have a suspicion that they just might be found guilty once you look at the graph in a few moments. To commit forced labor. Again, just the thought, just the hearing forced and speaking about something in the church realm, just it's demonic in itself. And money laundering conspiracy. Well, of course, when you are laundering money, you set up shell companies and ministries, and that is how so many of these people get away with things. Because I did a video some time ago looking into the earnings of Reverend Al Sharpton, and there's a form called the Form 990, where a lot of these 501(c)(3)s, they mask a lot of things, but we will get to that shortly. David E. Taylor and Michelle Brannon, leaders of the Kingdom of God Global Church, formerly known as Joshua Media. Next, the big picture. Let's conceptualize here. According to the Department of Justice, David Taylor, 53 years old. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Was arrested. I'm sorry. In North Carolina. So he was in the country. While Michelle Brannon, 56, was arrested in Florida. The indictment charges them with conspiracy to commit forced labor and money laundering conspiracy, as I mentioned. And the prosecutors allege that the pair, the two peas in a pod, exploited followers through their church network in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri, forcing them, and this is where it's sick. The entire story is sick, to be honest, in my opinion, but forcing them to work unpaid, again, unpaid, and these are allegations, to take in tens of millions of dollars in donations for non existent charitable efforts. Again, look up and research the Form 990. That will tell you many things. A lot of these ministries and nonprofits are supposed to be completing those forms and returning them. So it's just a little side note there. And further, the allegations state that those that disobeyed were allegedly warned they will suffer in hell. The funds were instead used to fund an extravagant personal lifestyle, according to the indictment. Again, they were arrested on the 27th in a coordinated sweep by the DOJ. Now, let's look at some of these extravagant lifestyle expenditures, shall we? And this is just one page. Bulletproof automotive, jet skis, the imagery of jet skis, Mercedes Benz, Bentley, ATVs. And what's there in the middle? 125 pounds of super colossal red king crab legs. Now, I like a crab leg every now and again, but 125 pounds. He didn't just go with regular. He didn't just go with king. No, when you do it big, I guess you have to do it big. Super colossal. And this was back in 2021. $10,000. Again, this, as my mom used to say, is a cardinal sin. The latest expenditure was February 2025 to Bulletproof Automotive. And I'm sure that was probably for one of the many vehicles. And we have a Rolls Royce here. So again, self-proclaimed apostle David E. Taylor and his partner, associate Michelle Brannon, arrested and indicted on allegations of forced labor and money laundering. If Florida Evans were still alive, I could hear her say, you should never, in my opinion, play with God. Eventually, again, in my opinion, it's done in the dark. It will surely come to light. If you like this video and any other videos, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up and any comments you may have on the latest antics by self-proclaimed apostle David E. Taylor, who has been arrested and indicted on some very disturbing charges. Again, the indictment is public, and if you read through it, I would ask that you have already had your lunch or meal, because it is quite sickening, some of these allegations, and it's very sad. So with that, be safe, be well, and be healthier. Until next video. Bye-bye for now.
Money, money, money must be funny in a rich man's world. Babble that the money, 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 always sunny.